listening to the Clarity Cloud podcast, where we bring our intentions to fruition and wake our creativity out of hibernation. I'm your host, Angie Mason. Together, we are the seekers, we are the dreamers, dreaming ourselves awake.
Gray skies, black heart. I need to find some other part. I need clarity. I want some clarity. I need blue skies and clear heart.
Episode 6. Artists don't get down to work until the pain of working is exceeded by the pain of not working. That is a quote from Stephen DeStabler. Creative hibernation is part of the creative process, whether we like it or not. We need that moment of stillness, of pause, in order to heal our mind's psychic wounds which opened up during our creative release. When you're making really honest work, we open ourselves up. We become vulnerable, fragile. We need to heal those parts that we open during our creative release. And that is where creative hibernation comes in. I believe this is an integral part of the creative process. It's a cycle. I think of my mind as a jar which I fill up. I fill my mind with all different ideas, inspirations, dreams, and information till it's overflowing. All of these different ingredients simmer, swirling and mixing together to form new ideas which overflow. This moment of overflow is my creative release. That is when I feel like my psychic wound opens up and spills out all of this creative knowledge, most likely for me in the form of a visual idea. This process of creative release, however, takes a lot out of you, and that's why I believe that we need to take time to allow for creative hibernation so we can heal. By allowing ourselves time to collect memories, experiences, and ideas, and then allow them time to cook together and culminate into a new final idea. That's part of the whole hibernation period. The seemingly dull, restful period, I believe, is an integral part to the full creative process. When we reach the final stage of a creative release, we're having an outpouring of energy which can leave us feeling empty, as we are in fact emptying ourselves by creating. After this release, we once again become the blank slate or tabula rasa. And this leaves us feeling a bit uncomfortable and hollow after creation. We feel wounded and just exhausted. I feel like we need the healing period to refill our mind's jar. It's this gentle balance of living life by gathering experiences, memories, stories, and then letting them overflow and release into creative work. It's a creative life cycle. If we allow ourselves time to wander, we discover new places, new ideas, we unlock old doorways and air out old memories, and we let them dance together, spinning into some new wonderful story. Creative hibernation is the necessary part of the whole ideation process, in my opinion. This is why I say, let yourself rest so you avoid burnout. Have alternate outlets to feed off of each other. When you aren't painting, maybe you're photographing something, or maybe you're traveling or cooking a new recipe or learning a new creative process. These alternate experiences, in my mind, help us stay on a good path. As I have mentioned in the last episode, having good creative habits help our minds navigate things, steering us away from dead-end, burnout, failed fear paths. These are ways that I have helped drive my art life all of these years, and I've been doing this art life for well over 20. I also want to state, for me, a successful art life is not at all solely defined by fame and sales. It is more about the inner growth and exploration and discovery of new visual or non-visual ideas. That's what excites me. Honestly speaking, sure, it is a nice side effect from my efforts to have any recognition or sales, but it is not the driving force to why I make all the stuff that I have all these years. For me, having that understanding of the art life cycle is helpful to pull myself out of the darkness when I find myself there. And hey, It's life, so I find myself there quite a bit. Having strong creative habits and a vast array of varied interests really helps me not distract myself from the darkness, but harness it and ride through the storms with greater confidence and courage, taking in the experiences of my journey and growing until I reach another clear mind moment, release overflow. Remember, we are human. Allow yourself time to live, to regenerate after producing a body of work. The energy released during this process leaves us feeling so lost and weak after an idea or project comes to true fruition. Learn to recognize that feeling is simply the growing pains of starting the creative process all over again. We have to be able to live and accumulate experiences, ideas, and memories to form new idea sparks. Try your best to practice alternate creative habits, to rest and replenish the parts of yourself that you just worked out to create a body of work. Allow time to heal. We all go through this cycle, though times vary and can get tangled up in depression or other emotional life chaos. But having that awareness that this is what is happening helps me move through it with a greater understanding and care during this downtime. I'm Angie. Till next time, dream yourself awake. Thank you so much for listening to episode 6 on Creative Hibernation. I hope you've been enjoying this podcast. And to thank you guys for listening, I wanted to give you a discount code to my Angie Mason Art Shop at angiemasonartshop.bigcartel.com. You can get 30% off your entire order by using discount code PODCASTLOVER. That's PODCASTLOVER, all one word. 30% off at Angie Mason's Art Shop at angiemasonartshop.bigcartel.com. Till next time, guys, as always, dream yourself awake. You have been listening to the Clarity Cloud podcast. Please comment and review and follow along by subscribing to this podcast. Your engagement helps us reach a wider audience, allowing us to grow. So thank you. You can also find us at claritycloud.blogspot.com. This is where we will be posting show notes as well as links to our podcasts and other fun treats. You can also reach me on Twitter. Tweet me at Angie Mason Art. I'm your host, Angie Mason. Thanks for your attention and hearts. Keep doing, keep being, and dream yourself awake. See you next time.
Gray skies, black heart. I need to find some other part. I need clarity. I want some clarity. I need blue skies and clear heart.
It's all blue skies and clear hearts from here on in.